First-person shooter games usually take a very, very, very long time to make, so I thought it would be a great idea to make them in 10 minutes, 1 hour, and 1 day. And little did you know, the timer for the first game has already begun. I started by adding the map, adding the player, and creating this devilish bear. I know he's not terrifying, but I have nothing scary. And with that, I think I have most of the shooter done.
No. Actually, you need a weapon, or you can't call a game a shooter.
Dude, I'm trying to make a video. What are you doing here?
I would probably make a rocket launcher.
No, I'm not going to make a rocket launcher. Okay, so it crossed my mind that I may need to make a weapon, and I thought of making a rocket launcher. Yeah, that's right, I made this in about 1 minute 24 seconds, I'd say. No, I didn't make a rocket launcher within 10 minutes. I did make this pistol, though. Oh, come on, guys. I worked so hard on this. And with about 2 minutes left, I added this path so the enemies could spawn. And all they do is just dash towards you. But what about the shooting? Well, I am shooting. I'm clicking my mouse right now to shoot the enemy. And that's 10 minutes. So, do you want my opinion on the game? All you can do is move left and right. And honestly, the game is absolute trash. So I'm just gonna tuck you away in the corner. There you go. Nobody loves you. And let me show you my plan for the 1 hour FPS. And since 1 hour is, well, it's longer than 10 minutes, we have way more freedom to make a better game. I want the game to be a target shooter, but the catch is you only have 1 bullet. And if you miss, you'll get punished. I haven't thought of the punishment yet. But this all should be easy enough to create, right? Right, guys? Guys, so without further ado, start the timer! And something I definitely want to improve is the weapon. So let's get in Blender again and create the majestic... Wow. Now, we just need something to shoot. Oh, hello. Look how cute you die! These are the enemies I'll be using. And now, all I have to do is give them different health values and speed. Of course, the Shiba has the lowest health but the highest speed. Then the crocodile, then the bear, who has the highest health but the lowest speed. At first, I had it so the enemies would just spawn around the player, but I didn't really enjoy snapping my neck every second. We can spawn enemies by using a marker node. All we have to do is pick our spawn points around the map, then we pick a random one for each enemy to spawn. So now, they'll just spawn in front of you. Oh yeah, and the player can't move, almost like a sentry. So now, I want to add the gun mechanics to the game. The mechanics of the shooting work so that if you hit your shot, you can keep firing. But if you miss, you will have to reload. And this wasted time can end your run, as the enemies damage you if they get too close. And yes, this was the punishment I came up with. What were you thinking, huh? And with the remaining time, let's make it so the enemies spawn in waves. And let's also touch upon the environment. Gotta make it look good for the video. And after that, my 1 hour was up. Now, if I'm being totally honest, there are plenty of bugs laying around. But don't worry, you guys will never see them. Hey, look away. I said you'll never see them. And if you ask me, I would say this is pretty good for 1 hour. But if I can create this in 1 hour, what can I do with 24? And like all great games, no, not you, we must first create a plan. But this time, I want to create a survival type shooter. You know, one where you can actually control your character this time. Now, my favorite type of survival shooters are the wave-based zombie shooters, like the one in Call of Duty. But come on, guys, you can't make a zombie shooter unless you have the zombie. So, let's get one. That's right, the enemies are going to be frogs. And of course, I could not call the game a shooter unless I had twerking frogs. Oh, and the pistol, but who cares about that? And now that we have the twerking frog and the pistol, let's create the logic so we can actually shoot the frog. Hello? Why are you just sat there? Do something! Okay, so at this point, we were only 2 hours into the 24, and I had already fallen asleep. I did not plan this very well, because any normal person would start the challenge when they wake up in the morning. But after my power nap, I was finally awake and refreshed. I only lost like 4 hours. That's nothing, come on. So, let's get started on some shooting logic. I began by making the raycast, made the ammo system, and then the animations for both the gun and the frogs. And I also added this super niche feature, where the gun doesn't clip into terrain. Yeah, I know it's not exciting. It just took me way too much time to do. And now, we just have to make it so the enemies take damage. Then we can add some ragdolls. Gotta love ragdolls, but this environment is hurting my eyes. I mean, what is this ramp? What is it even doing here? So let's add the map I will be using. Now this map is a modified version that I have used in another game. And I had really high hopes for this rock, but I do absolutely nothing with it. And since we're on the topic of other games, here's my untitled NPC multiplayer game! Terms and conditions may apply. After purchase, users forfeit the right to complain about the games. Do not attempt to lick the screen. No refunds under any circumstances. I've been working on this game for about 6 months now. So if you are interested in seeing any updates, then leave a comment below. Oh yeah, and while you're down there, consider leaving a like or subscribing if you're enjoying the video. Okay, let's go back to the 1 day game. And since I named this a survival shooter, we need to start spawning the enemies. All I want to do is just make it so they spawn in waves. And this should be pretty easy to do, because we did it in the 1 hour game. What's going on? Why is there 40 of them? And I mean, hey, they're spawning, but they keep running into the wall. Why? Well, unfortunately it's not simple making an enemy just move towards the player, because you need to add something called pathfinding. And since the new map is not just a flat ground, the enemies need to know where to move to reach the player. So, should be pretty simple. Hopefully it won't take up too much time. Okay, I've finally done it. It took me way too long. And the worst part about creating pathfinding is that I can't even show any footage, as it's just so boring. But since it took so much time, enjoy this frog attempting to reach me. And I have used nearly all of my time up, so I thought I would spend the last bit of time just fixing the remaining bugs and polishing the game. And by the way, there was a lot of polishing to do. And then I thought it'd be a good idea to create a main menu. So let's make a camera, look at the building, and yeah, let's add some twerking frogs! Now we could have done more with this game, and I even had this shotgun that I was ready to add to the game. But this damn pathfinding took way too long. But I'm kind of happy with how it turned out, especially compared to the first game. And if we compare all three of them, I'm really happy with how this challenge turned out. And I don't know why you would ever want to play any of these slot games, but if you did, I'll upload them to itch.io if there's a demand.